Hey y'all, it's me, Ren, back again for another adventure. And we are going a little bit mad here because I've been playing this Autonauts game. I think I've played it a little bit on stream before. I can't quite recall, but I am just mad for it, is all I can tell you. It's a delight. We're gonna go with this one. I like this one. And this is what I feel like playing today. So this is what we're gonna be playing today. It's a cute little game. It gets us learning some programming and whatnot. Now, of course, I've restarted a level, so we're going to be doing some simple things for a little while here. There's 8 stages of programming and automation to complete in Autonauts Metropolis. Your journey starts down there in infrastructure and ends up here. Now, I've never made it past Hamlet because I get overexcited and I restart the game to try to do everything better than I was doing it before. But, we're going to do that again. So there you go. I'm skipping a lot of this stuff because I've done this before. I forgot that I usually read all of these things out. But basically, we are building things. Oh, there's not really a... All right, we're going to do a little bit of exploring here. Boo, 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 boo. Got some groovy little music in the background. All right, we got some fun stuff here. I'm just opening up a little bit here to the light. And we are going to be making little robots, and we're going to be teaching them what we want them to do. But before we do any of that, we got to build some things. So I'm going to chuck down this blueprint here for a workbench. Crude workbench here. And all we got to do is plonk, plonk. Then we grab a couple of sticks here. And we've got a delightful little workbench here. And that's where we can start making the tools that we need. I'm going to grab a bunch of these rocks that I've got over here. Because for most of the tools we need, well, for most of these preliminary tools, we end up needing rocks and sticks. And if I just keep them over here in this little area, I don't have to go as far afield to pick them up. And you can kind of switch what's in your hands. When I first started playing this, it was through the Xbox free games business stuff. Now what I'm going to do is make 3 each of these tools here. And the reason I'm doing that is because it is one of our goals here. Now I don't actually need to unlock this hammer. I don't use it very much. But by having it kind of out there and already complete, it means that I don't have to worry about it later. And I'll just be able to keep moving forward here. All right, time to grab some more rocks over here. Now, I haven't made any bots yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. That is a fun part of this whole thing. It's making little robots. Much like my dear friend and partner, the robot. Oh, look at that. I forgot to swap my rock out there. It's all good. Doop, doop, doop. All right, so that gives us 3 spades. And then we are just hucking rocks on this puppy. And we're going to get our picks. I almost called it a mattocks, which I think is still technically correct. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Just, oops, oops, oops. Nope, come on now. Stay cool, Jelly Bean. Oh, I see what I did. I've already got a rock there, so I didn't need to bring this rock. It's all good. All right, so 3 of each. We unlock our official basic production. There you go. Here's we get our first commemorative slab. Hot dog. All right, so we're just going to leave all of these here for right now. Although, honestly, I want to open this up a little bit more, too. I don't like having these mystery spots over here. All right, so this is going to be our woods area. I'm going to try not to make it too fussy, because I do tend to get a little bit, shall we say, intense about what I'm building. All right, so we need 2 logs. Pick up this puppy here. This little axe. Do, 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 do. All right, and I'll need 3 planks, so I'll need at least 3 logs here. And then I'm going to need some poles here shortly as well. And it's a little as far as view goes, so we're going to switch over to this view. We'll get back to our other view here in a minute. And then I'm going to pop that into my pocket. And we can pick up 3 planks at a time. And I'm going to chuck those down there. And then we've got our last little bit of log here. And this is where we can start making the robots. So I'm going to plonk you down. And then plonk you down in there. And we've got 1 plank already. We are going to need a couple more here. And our goal here is to get a bot started with chopping trees for us, so that we can work on some other stuff. Ba, 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 ba. All right, so the last bit of stuff we need is some more poles. And then because I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and put my axe kind of on the top of our stack there. And the reason I'm doing that is so when I'm dealing with our new little robot friend here, we're going to press a little button. We're going to teach him what to do here. Chop trees. That's going to be your name, buddy. And we are recording now, so I'm going to tell him I want to get the nearest crude axe here. And, oops. We are basically saying, if my hand is empty, go get a crude axe. Otherwise, chopping some trees here. All right, and because, let's see, our target here, yeah, we're about as big as we can be. And I actually want to go 1 more over this way, because I don't like how far behind these rocks we are over here. It's not my cup of tea. Then, all right, so we are gonna set you up, and then we basically just want you to keep doing that forever. So go for it, my little man. And we've still got some memory free. And all right, so he's going to be chugging along now. And that means I can put my little axe away here for a second. We're going to start on our next little robot here. we can take these logs that they have oh so kindly made me, and we can process them for the other bits and bobs that we need. Hello, little friend. All right, we're throwing some more planks on here, and then you need the seed. One thing I really like, just from an aesthetics point of view, is that the computer type stuff or the brain related stuff is represented by acorns. And I just like that because I know walnuts are often kind of a brain substitute? Not substitute. They look like a brain. Like when you crack open some nuts, they just look like brains inside. All right, so what do we want this guy to do? We want you to dig stumps. Oops. Not stimps. Come on, learn to type, lady. Or person. See, I even don't always even get my own gender correct. So for this person, we're going to come to where their stumps are. We're going to dig a stump. We're going to open it up. And we still want it to be in basically the same area as previously. So I'm making it over here, which I think is the same as our other little bot friend, but we'll have to double check that in a minute. And again, if our hands are empty, we want them to go pick up a stump or pick up a spade, and then they know what to do. So now I'm going to drop this off here, and we are going to go ahead and chop up some more of these things here. And that's all of the poles that we've started using. So we got to get a couple more poles here. And then we just start making another bot here. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And then we can put our log on there. And you'll see our little man over here, he's run out of trees to chop, which tells me that we're not quite in the right spot for all of our tree stumps. Looks like this is where we want to go. All right, so don't worry about it. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I'm making a team here. I gotta be over here. And this is my pine forest team. And we may reorganize these things later, but for right now, these are my folks doing stuff in the pine forest. And we need one more little tree seed here. Boop, 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 boop. And that gives us another bot. And this bot is going to be our planter bot. So we're going to tell him plant tree seeds. And basically what he can do, or them, what they can do, since it's a robot. I doubt robots have much in the way of gender. Except for my robot. My robot's a he. Alright. So, find nearest of those. And we're just going to do that until our hands are full. And then just in case, this little spot here is if we get a bunch of tree seeds and then we can't find any more, it'll go through to the next step here. And then we can plant that seed in our little hole here. Now I did mess up a little bit. I don't need this move to section, so we'll take that out. Oh no, whoops, undo. And here we want to do this until our hands are empty. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave this off, because if we can't do it until our hands are empty, then we shouldn't be picking up any more seeds. Although actually, well, we'll come back to that. And so we're going to repeat this forever as well. So get to it, my little friends. They've all got some stuff to do here. And that gives us our first little segment here of folks doing stuff for us. And so our next bit, let's look at our to-do list here. Our first forestry, we're getting there. And then we're gonna do some, oh, yep, we've got our first bit of forestry here, and that gives us these special little hats that they can wear. But more importantly, it gives us chopping blocks that we can make. And now we can kind of start getting a little bit more finicky about who's doing what. So, let's see here. We've got a chopping block here, and we're actually going to make 2 of these. And they each take a log and an axe, because it's just like a little stump with axes on it. Now, one of the great things is it doesn't matter how much axe you've actually got left. You can just put any old thing on there. It's great. Of course, I am going to use a brand new axe on this second one. It's not as efficient as we could be, but you know, we'll make do. So we're going to set one of these to make planks and one of them to make poles, and that'll make a little more sense here in a minute. The other thing that we're going to do is kind of set up where we're going to be having our storage facilities. So we're going to set up, so I'm going to make this where I store stone. And then I'm going to make this where I store, I've got some crud in the way here, so we're going to start it out here. And we don't want to cover up our other stuff, so we're gonna rotate this a little bit, and then we'll put this one down here. All right, so you'll see what I'm doing here. So this is my plank maker. How do I want this to go? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna flip this pup. We're gonna flip this pup. Oh no, that won't work. I mean, it will work, but it doesn't do what I want it to. There we go. That's a little better. And then my pole maker will be right here. And so we've kind of got this little area where we're going to have a bunch of our stuff set up just to be right where we want it. And then we're also going to put 2 other little blocks here. Let's see, where do we want them? I'm going to put a little tree one there. And then we'll put our seed one there. I like how that's working out. What do we think? Okay, so we've got a bunch of stuff to make. The first one we're going to do is our log one. So a lot of this is going to be picking up these logs and putting them where we want them. And actually, okay, if we put a log on the plank here, it's going to, the plank stump, it's going to start making planks for us. And we need a few of those to get this storage thing set up. And then once we have storage, we're going to make another bot to store things for us. And this is one of those steps where I've done this part quite a bit. Okay, so we've got this. Our next step here, we are setting these things down. We've got a log here. We need another log here. And it takes a little bit of time for us to get there, but that's fine. So we've got 4 planks here. We're going to turn one of them into some poles. And then I'm also going to go ahead and move my robot maker over here, just so I'm walking a little less. maybe... Oops. All right, so that's those 3 down, and I've already changed my mind. I'm going to put my robot making stash right here, because this has got pretty easy access to all the stuff we're doing. It's not the most fancy of setups, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We've got a lot to do before we're done here. We're going to be making a lot of changes around here. All right, so we need a pole and we need a tree seed. Where's our tree seeds? Here's one. We're gonna finish up this robot. And this little guy is gonna be our fella that stores logs. And they've got a pretty easy job. They just come out here, they pick up a log, they put the log away. And we already know we're looking at logs around here. So that's all we're going to focus on. And you don't got a lot to do. Can I make this a little cooler? Let's try that out. So one of the other things we can do here, I'm gonna stop for a second, and we're gonna take that log back out. I'm gonna go back to recording, and I'm gonna put it on here instead. And what we're gonna do is basically say, okay, I always want to go be picking up logs. But the other thing that I want to do is, if the chopping block isn't full yet, this one here, if it doesn't already have some planks there for us, I want it to go over there and do that. And then the rest of them are going to go in the log storage. So then I got this repeat for everything on, and we are jamming. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. If else. Okay, so we are gonna... do I want to do it that way? I'm not going to do it that way. We're just going to keep this... We're going to keep this as is. It's a small program, but it's fine. So they're going to start doing that. And then our next job here is to make some axes, because we've got some friends here who are waiting on us to do some things. And now that we've got these logs coming in, we can start getting a little bit ahead of the game. So we are going to have a new robot. I'm going to make a bunch of these. We've still got a pole left. So with these 3 planks, we're going to be able to grab this pole and then grab a tree seed from over here. And what we are going to set this person up for, or this bot, I guess, is to make planks. And so what they can do is say, pick up this log, put it on here. Oops. You got to right click to put it on there. So we don't need that. We just need take a log from storage, move it to block. Oh, and I realized I'm doing a little fiddlesticks thing. I actually got to get this storage area set up before I can tell them to store something there. So there we go. I love this little bit of music here. I haven't been listening to the music myself because I was listening to some podcasts while I've been playing this. Just it's a fun little game to have somebody talking to you during. We're going to go ahead and set up our pole storage as well. And you can kind of see how now the automation is kind of getting into the groove. And the stuff that I need is just going to be kind of within reach for me here. So here's our last little bit of storage, and we've still got our little bot brain over here. And so now we can come in here and say I want to pick this up and store it. And what we're going to be doing is we're saying if our little plank making area is empty, then we want to take a log and put it on the chopping block. Otherwise, we want to find a plank and put it in plank storage. And we can just keep repeating that. And we'll tell it we want to do that until our plank storage is full. And then for our final bit, we want to put another repeat on it so that it'll keep thinking about this. And then once the plank storage isn't full anymore, it'll restart doing everything. So now we can get our little bot, our make planks box of bots. So they are now chugging along here. And these are all, let's see, plant tree seeds. You're in the pine forest here. And then these are going to be, these folks are making parts for us. Or rather, they're storing parts for us. And then I want one overall team. Because one thing that I found is that sometimes you just want to make all your bots stop. And if you have them all in one team, you've got this nice little area here doing it for you. Where you can work them over all at once. So we've got our friend here doing stuff. So now at this point, we can make our next robot here. And we're doing this just with the same bits of parts that we've been using. So we've got some poles made for us. And now that we've got our little friend here, we're going to put him up in parts. I may just keep referring to them as hymns. I apologize for that. Making poles. And so for poles, we take a plank. We put it on our thing here. Our little plank, our pole stump. Then we pick up a pole and we put it in our pole storage. And just like before, we're doing a if empty. That's when we want it to be putting planks on there. And otherwise, we want it to be putting poles away. And same as before, we just want it to stop once that's full. So now we've got our little parts. We've got our little pine forest people. And these are going to slowly start filling up as they chug along here. And so there's a couple little things that we can do. We can actually start getting these little guys to build our stuff for us, but I think I'm going to wait on that, and I'll take care of the building for a little bit. So we're going to start building these little boxes that I've got set up, and I'm going to start with the planks because we seem to have a little more of those here. And I'm going to go ahead and get all 4 of these planks ready to go. And then we can come through here and pick up some poles. And then the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get a little bit of this next robot started. So I've got my tree seed, and I've got my pole, and I've got my log here. And we're slowly but surely working on getting these planks built. But I'm kind of working against myself here because I've got several people trying to use the planks. But I've managed to sneak in there and grab some. And that gives me a bot here. Oh, and so we've done our official planning lumber. That's another little certificate that we completed. And if we wanted to, we could dress our bots up. We don't have what we need to do that yet. We got to get a wardrobe first. But once we have a wardrobe, we can dress our bots up in clothes, which is pretty adorable if I do say so myself. All right, so we are going to have this little guy be our tree seed. He's going to store tree seeds for us. And so all we want him to do is pick up tree seeds that are in our little area. And if we recall our area, oh, I've still got a pole in my hand here. Let's stop that for a second. Let's go ahead and finish what we were doing here, which was finishing up these couple of boxes here. That was my bad. I get a little excited sometimes. I forget what's going on. And the other thing that we're going to want to do is we need another axe here, I think. Yeah. And that should get us going here with some more logs. Okay, so we'll turn our tree seed gatherer back on. And we want this one to be looking at the same bit of area that we've been working in, which is this little square here. I'm leaving this edge of grass because the items that they're chopping are going to fall around the tree, and if we don't have everybody looking at this area, then a bunch of stuff is going to end up outside of their gathering area. So now for this one, we're going to be just picking seeds up until our hands are full, as long as there's seeds to pick up. And then we're going to drop them down over here. Oops, I didn't actually pick up a seed. Nobody pay attention to this. This part's silly. Boop, boop, boop. We don't need that extra stuff. All right, so there we go. And you can just kind of move things around here. And so I'm going to say, go ahead and definitely empty out your hands. We're not going to just stop and keep doing this. So we're going to leave this little check mark undone. And we're going to do this until our seed box is full. And so you're going to keep on chugging here. And now that we've got these tree seeds storing, we're going to make a change. What we're going to do is this plant tree seeds area, we're going to stop them. Once we're going to let them get done with what they're doing here. No, we're not. So we're going to change this so that instead of them looking around in this area for seeds, we're just going to come right to where we know the seeds are. And so we are replacing this little area. And you see that actually frees up some more memory. We're not going to be using it just yet, but that's something to keep in mind, is when you store stuff, you get a little more memory to work with when you're chugging along with it. So now we've got some of this going. And we can start, oops, we can go ahead and start our next bot because we've still got some things to show them. Now here's something interesting. Why is my little plank bot stopped? Oh, because I confused him a little bit. I took all the planks out, and because of how this rewinds, it gets a little confused sometimes. So now one of the things that I can do is I wonder how that would work. I'm not gonna fiddle with it just yet, because basically if I don't touch this stuff, I won't confuse them. I just gotta take from the storage. You gotta understand, bots are actually not that smart. They can only do exactly what we tell them to do. And what I'm telling them to do right now is make me some planks. And I'm gonna take these planks and I'm gonna make another bot. And what this little bot friend is gonna do is they are gonna store sticks for me. So let's go ahead and start storing sticks. Oops, big T. Big T. All right, we are picking up sticks. Pick them up sticks. We're going to chuck those down in this little box here. And we're going to put our repeats on it like we have been until our hands are full. And then until our hands are empty. And then just keep doing that until our box is full. And keep on keeping on with that. All right, so we've got all this stuff going on. And we can hit the play button on that. And our little friend here is going to chug along. And then we can go ahead and get our next bot started. We've actually got a few different bots that we got to make here. So we might get ahead of the game here. Or behind the game, I guess. Alright, so this little guy that we've got here is going to be our stone miner. So we're going to call him Mine Stone. Mine Stone. And what we want him to do is pick up this axe. And then start chugging along at this little patch of stone here. And I'm going to go ahead and make his little area of expertise a little smaller. Because I happen to know with these bits of stone, they really just stick on this little area. In this 5x5 area, you don't end up with them in these little corners or up here. So that makes it a little easier just to keep track of. So we're doing our same thing where if our hands are empty, we're going to go pick up a pickaxe here. And otherwise, we're going to be checking for those stones. And we can just keep on doing that forever. So you're going to get started there. And then we're going to go and we're going to make our little companion bot. Although, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to get a little head start on the stone here. This takes a little extra time when you're doing it yourself. I suppose I could make my little... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to change my mind here for a second. I'm going to put my pickaxe down, and for my little stone miner, we're going to put a little bit extra in here. Oh, I shouldn't have put my pickaxe down just yet, because I got to teach him what we're doing here. And what we're doing is just smacking this boulder for a little bit. And we're going to add this in here. And we're putting that in there because we're just going to make him do boulders first. And let's see. That's all of that juice we got. So what we're going to do is we're going to arrange it that way. All right, so this will make sense here. But basically, we're going to let him do all of our stone chopping. And then we'll get back to him and we'll make a couple changes after a second here. Well, let's go ahead and get our next bot going. And what this little baby's going to be doing is picking some stuff up. Oh, we've already got 10 bots made. There's our robot commemorative slab. Looking good. Chugga chugga woo woo. We are doing good here. Let's see. Pine Forest. Let's go ahead and make a stone quarry team. And as you get better at this game, or as you progress in this game, you're going to change... Oh, see, okay. So store stone I can put elsewhere. All right, so here's what we're doing. For this little guy, we're actually going to make it so that he's checking out over here as well, where we've got our little bit of stone here. And we'll clean this up when we get back, but, well, when he's done with all of this. Oops. So we're picking up stones until our hands are full. And then we're going to drop them off until they're empty. And we're doing that until our stone storage is full, and we're doing that forever. So we're putting our store stone here. We've got our store stone and store sticks. We're going to put that up in our parts area because these are all bits and bobs that we need for other things. And let's see here. All right, we're going to put you just in here overall. Stone quarry, there you go. Oh, wait, I forgot. We don't actually need you. We're just going to put mine stone in there. And stone quarry, you're not a team we need right now. All right, so that's everybody doing something just right now. And that's going to get a bunch of stuff stored for us. So we can start getting a little bit more focused. So once that stone is stored, we're actually going to be moving on to our next big thing. And that's going to be a little more exciting here. And one of the things, all right, there we go. Simple strip mine. Oh, we could make ourselves a crude backpack. Look at that, you have everything you need for the next stage to bring folk into the world. You can use this set of blueprints to grow your own folk. Grow your own, grow your own. Grow your own folk. Okay. So there's a couple different things we can do here. We've got our little like stone and wood area set up. And for our folks, we're going to want to build some things. So we're going to chuck these out here for a second just to get them in view. And we'll put this one out there as well, just so we know we got to build them. We haven't started building them yet, but we're gonna. All right, so for these ones, we need a couple different things. And let's go ahead and get started on those. Oh, well, first of all, I remember now, we want to come through here. And we are going to build ourselves this little backpack to start with. So we're going to need one more plank. And then 2 poles. And that's going to give us a sweet little backpack. And once we equip that backpack, now we've got 2 little backpack slots. And so we can carry around more stuff behind us. The other thing I'm going to do is go ahead and make another axe here. Because our little friend is out of an axe. Oops. Somebody else picked up that stone for us. And we're also going to make a spade. So that they can start replanting as well. So now our next little bit of business is going to be, let's see, so one of the things that you can kind of check out. So here's our pine forest team, and this is showing us all their little areas so that we know they're all overlapping, and we can tell that this stuff over here is outside of their purview. And that's what I was talking about, is there can be this kind of buildup of stuff over here. So one of the ways to kind of fix that is to expand where they can touch things, but you can also kind of move things into their area, which isn't wholly efficient, but it gets the job done. And it just makes it so that they know that there's some stuff out there for them. And then the other thing that you can do is you can kind of get in their way. Or rather, since I've got my little man, my little robot man, just looking for things that are stumps, then if I take away the stumps, they won't dig there. So now here's a funny thing, because sometimes the little seed fella is going to try to come plant a seed before I can fill this hole in, because I don't actually want him to plant here. And yeah, he was a little faster than me. That's all right. We'll swing back around and get that cleaned up here in a minute. So now, since this little one is outside of his purview, he's not going to do anything about it. And basically, we're just filling these in to get them out of our way. So this takes a little extra time because it's me doing it. And so you kind of get up in your own butt here. So I'm going to actually pause this tree seed fella because I want to be able to dig and fill this stump without him coming along to rain on my parade. So I can get that hole filled. And same with this little bit. Even though this robot is standing right there. Because basically what I'm trying to do is get their little edges away from my edges. So that I know they aren't going to end up with more of this extra business out here on the right. Boo, doo, 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 doo. Boo, boo, boo. And so by filling in these holes, I'm making sure that they don't come around. Oops. Sometimes I do click away from it too soon. And I interrupt myself, which means I have to start over from scratch, and it all takes a little bit longer. But that's fine. I've got the time, and I do love this little game. Like, I like it. I tend to get overwhelmed around the hamlet area simply because it's a little more intense. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making just a little bit. Let's see. Is this an area I want to clean up? Yeah, we're going to leave this as it is for right now. And we're going to let somebody chop this down here real quick. I see my axe man coming. Oh, Lord, he coming. All right, so he's got that dug. Oop, what'd I do there? There we go. We're going to dig and fill this stump, and then we can turn our little plant man back on. And they'll get up to business. All right, so they are cooking now. And we can go ahead and put a couple additional holes out here. And we're gonna leave grass where we want it. And we're gonna add it where we don't have it, because there's a little bit of this area that is made more for running around. All right, so that's my spade is all used up now. But one of the fun little things you can do is just plonk down a little guy there. All right, so what we're doing is we're putting a little bit of grass down here. And we are going to need to dig before they'll let me do anything there. So the next thing we want to do is give a little stretch. Stretch it out. We are going to move these back into our area. Actually, we're close enough. I'll take them right up here. Oh, Rafe's one friend is playing Spelunky. All right, we got those things put away. We got some tree seeds to put away. We'll go ahead and start another robot here. And we'll pick up... Oh, you got there before me, my little man. Look at you. All right, so this little tree business is kind of cooking. And we know we've got a few things that we can build here. I'm going to go ahead and build another couple spades here. Once we've got this little puppy, we're going to go ahead and put some squares in here. Get some holes dug. Let our little friend do some planting. And we're just going to make it a little tidier, a little more of a pattern. Get a few more little tree friends going on. Happy tree friends, if you will. Okay. My little auto captioning box capitalized happy tree friends, so it knows it is a property. All right, so we're cooking along. We're cooking with gas here. We're making our little friends, planting our little trees. Sometimes we just gotta move stuff because it's in our way. And basically, I'm just gonna put some holes down here and not fuss too much with lining them up, because we'll come back and make it pretty some other time. Because right now we're just trying to jump around, trying to get logs going here. Captain's logs. Ha 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 ha. Star Trek. All right, we got some holes. It's now the movie. We're going to take this little bit here, because we just want to make some land here. We're not going to be planting anything down this away over in here, because we've got other things to do with that space. And at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and use up the rest. Well, actually, you know what? No, yeah, I'm going to use up the rest of my spade here. To get some more of this tree business laid down. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. This groovy music. I love it. I tell ya. I'm going to go ahead and fill in that hole, because they don't seem to be paying attention to it. And we can have a little smaller bit of forest over here if we want to. All right, so that's going to be some spots where we've got some trees growing. Oh, I still have one more of these, huh? One more little spade area. Well, let's go ahead and I'm going to try digging this up and see if we get a little extra turf out of it. Because one of the things you can do with turf, sometimes when you dig it up, you get two back. Sometimes you don't. All right. I'm going to put this one over here anyway. I like having grass under all of my tool areas, just because it makes good sense here. Okay, so one of the things that we can do now is add in. All right, how do we want to do this? We've got 4 kilobytes free. So I'm going to say if we come over here, we set it to X, that's 4. Okay. So now what we're basically telling them is when you want something, you can come over here and you can say, hey, I need an axe. Please make me an axe. Oops. Cancel recording? No. We're going to hit play for them. And then we are going to make another little robot here. Okay. And so this little robot is going to be making a tool. All right, so then basically what they'll do, if until not empty, each of these different things mean something. All right, so now this little fella should make a tool whenever they request it. So that's our chop cheese tool. And this little guy is going to want a spade. So he can do the same thing. Plant tree seeds, we don't need to do that with. Oh, now you've got, okay, so one of the things that we can switch around on this now is we don't need this boulder business anymore because we're done with that. So what we're going to be doing, okay, I'm going to stop here for a second. And we're going to put down, did I not do it? I didn't do it. I got to pick up this pick and we'll put you down. And then basically that's when we come in here and say, okay, make me a pick. All right, so now everybody's set up to request the tool when they need it. And they can pick it up and get to work. So now we don't really have to pay attention to these folks. They've all got their own thing going on. The only thing that we could do, I could pick up this spade and do a little bit of cleanup here because we don't need this hole. And we'll see if we can get it filled in before he gets back here with a seed. It's always a little bit of a race. I did it! Haha! All right, so that's all set. I'll go ahead and put this spade back for now. And we've got these folks. Let's go ahead and make tools. We'll make a little tools team. Where'd I put you? Make tool. Here you go. We'll say make simple crude tools. All right, so you're all set up for that, and we're chugging along. Our seeds are full. Our storage here is full. Okay, that's another thing that we can start doing here. Do we have somebody plant tree seeds? That's what we're going to be doing. So before we plant, we're going to check and see if the log storage is full. And if it is, we're not going to plant any more seeds. And that way we don't end up with just tons of logs sitting around that we're not using. Okay, so next thing we got to do is we're going to be making some gears. And to get the gears, we just got to put some planks down. And we're just getting this set up for ourselves. And we're going to have to wait a second because they're requesting a tool here. And that should be all the ones that we need. Now with these things, they each take up 2 spots. That's not what I meant to pick up. Give me the gear, please. And then we've got 2 more gears here to go into this machine. Boo 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 doo doo. And then we've got some planks and poles to go on here. I don't know why I am Southern Gentleman today, but it is just happening. There is a lilt to my voice. I think it has to do with this game. It just is such a chill game. It makes me a little lazy in my drawl. Boop, boop, boop. Now you're not always going to use all of your backpack slots, and that's fine. Yep, we made a folk seed dispenser. This one's a little weird. You can like make these little embryo fellas. It's a bit much. All right, so we're going to finish up our little seed friend here. And what we're kind of aiming for is to get these 2 little slots done. So, we need one more robot here. And we can just get this fella started. Give you a little log to finish you up. And what you are going to be doing is thwacking berries. Smack berries. That's exactly what they do, is they get a stick. Then they hit a berry bush. And we're going to make you hitting these berry bushes up here as well. Oh, you are like just out of reach here. All right. And just like before, this is one of those things where we want them, if their hands are empty, to go pick up a stick and otherwise be beating around the bush so to speak. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and let you keep on smacking those berries. I'm going to put this stick back. And we can do a couple little things here, because I'm going to go ahead and put out, we only need 3 folks to start with, so I'm getting my little embryos out here. And then we can actually store my little people maker here. And then the bit that we want here is to pick up and feed the berries to my folk maker. And that'll get us, well, it'll get us more folks. And that'll be important later. I'm going to get you out of my way right now, because we're not making you just yet. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. And smacking berries isn't doing much, so I'm just going to put you in there. And the other thing that we can do is on my robot maker, I can tell it to come in here and make everybody part of my bots team. That way I don't have to keep pushing them up in there. So now they're waiting for more berries to grow. But that's all right. That gives us a little bit of time here. We'll get ready for another folk. So let's see here. Yeah, we're not... Oh, woohoo! You brought new life into this world. Folk give you love if you give them food. People will only love you if you feed them. FYI. Oh, hey, we got a little bit of time here. We can do a little bit of cleanup with our holes, because we are on pause from planting. And this is just for aesthetic reasons here. I like having a nice tidy area. And so we're just making it a pattern. A little 4x5, so we've got 20 trees together that we shall plant and remove as needed. And then I'll help with this little one down here. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, hey! Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'll probably be playing this a couple times this week. I'm enjoying it a little bit more than Stardew Valley right now, so it's coming up. Everything's coming up Autonauts, but this is a really cute one. Like, this could teach you the basics of programming, which I think is just cool as hell. But it's real cute. But thanks for letting me know you're lurking and working. That's what I tend to do on most of the streams that I watch as well. I'm not that great at participating. I just want to lurk in the shadows and give ad revenue. Oh, right. I gotta drop this shit and put another embryo in there. I thought I did that. All right. There you go. It takes 5 berries to make a person. What does it take to make a man? 5 berries. All right. So we're ready for our next little bit there. And what are some other goals here? Folk made, we're working on that. Folk fed. We'll get there. We'll just leave our little stack of people there for right now. We are going to need another bot here shortly, so I'll go ahead and get them made. And then we are also going to need some more storage. So while we're waiting for berries to grow, I'm going to chuck out some more storage here. And this is just one of the things that I'm doing in my more advanced games is I'm setting up bots who actually do the building for me. And I'm not sure if that's the most efficient way for me to do things or not. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out here. So now that we've got these built up, I'm going to go ahead and put them up around here. Or I'm going to have berries and wove involved. And we are going to go ahead and you're going to make, I'm going to make you my folk feeder. And your job is to come on over here and give these little guys something to eat. And we're just going to make, this small for right now. I don't want to fuss too much here. But around here, we'll do a little more there. Okay. So we're just going to do this for right now. We're just going to let that let that do its thing. We're going to go ahead and make another bot here. Because we are leading up to one of the things that kind of changes the game a little bit. Oh, and now I am competing for berries. Because I still got to feed the berry generator. My people maker, as it were. Because one of the things that we're about to unlock with this folk business is the signs. And the signs kind of let you assign an area, as it were. And it'll let you get your bots focused on one thing. It's a pretty cool little thing. You'll see it shortly here. I stole those berries you were going for. I saw you try to grab them. You don't have anything to feed them. It's all a lie. Okay, we need one more set of berries here. So impatient. Let's go ahead and unlock this area. Oh, we got some cereal crop. We got some bulrushes. Those are going to be things we use later on. I'm coming to get you. Berries, I'm coming to get you. All right, we're going to have our human here shortly. And as before, now that we don't really need this, I'm going to go ahead and store that. Yeah, it's a trash can, but it's a trash can that you can dig stuff back out of. All right, so these are what I was talking about, is these signs. Signs everywhere, signs. We got another commemorative slab here. So now we can come over here. We can make a sign here, and we need a plank, a pole, and 2 planks. Oh, we can make a scooter too. So we're kind of zipping through a bunch of stuff here. This is not the, oh, everybody's happy. Woohoo! Look at this business. Do a little dance. So this little wonder wardrobe is how we can dress up our little friends. We may get back to that, but right now we're going to focus on our folks and our research. All right, so we are in the middle of making a sign. And what this basically lets us do is assign a bit of land as our special forest. And so I'm going to make this area here into our pine forest. And what we can do then is tell everybody here is I just want you to be working in this pine forest. So when they're trying to find a tree stump, they're going to be looking in this pine forest. And when we are planting trees, we're only going to be looking for holes that are in our little demarcated pine forest. And that also means that at some point we can go ahead and just change where that pine forest is. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to just set it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tidy up a little bit here. I've got this little fella making wove up there. I feel like making wove. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. But what this does is it lets me do this without running into this bunch of rock here. All this hard rock cafe. What are you bouncing about here? Oh yeah, we gotta make our research station. And what else have we got? Something over here? Okay, we could make our wardrobe as well. We're not as concerned about that. We don't need to be dressing our little folks up. But let's go ahead and make you store wove. We're just going to grab this and store it there. And we're just going to let you chug along like that. We're doing simple programs right now. Okay, so we've got this going. We need 2 logs. Bunch of planks here. And a couple of stones and some poles. We're just slapping this all together as quick as possible. All right, and then 2 stones. 2 stones, 1 bird. That's more my style. Takes me a couple tries to figure out my aim. I still got coffee left over from this morning. I'm going to pour some of that. Ooh. Coffee, not pee. All right, so we've got our official research station. We got our little baldy scientist, our little Bunsen. Got my commemorative science slab. Yes, we are beginning our journey into science. So now this is going to give us some more hoity-toity stuff. And one of the things that we want more of is better bots. Better bots. all sorts of things. All right, so I'm gonna, let's see here. We want our better bots first, so we're upgrading our brain. And then we are gonna move our little science thing right here. Where are you gonna go? There we go. That works. Okay. And our Wolf Maker is instead of storing the WOV, we're going to add it in here. All right, so forever, repeat forever until we can't do it anymore. And then we'll do this and we can repeat that forever until we can't do it anymore. This is kind of a chunky program in here, but we're just getting it done for right now, because we've got some other things to work on here, because we are going to have to do some fruit farming, and we're going to do that in this little area. So one of the things we're going to do is start demarcating our areas. So we are going to mark this as our pine forest. And this just lets me see it whether or not I've got the little sign highlighted or not. Because honestly, it can get a little bit difficult to see what's going on. So then I'm going to make a same-sized area. And it's going to be our berry garden. And in our berry garden, we're going to plant some berries. We're going to need another little sign here. We'll let our friends do their work here. Oh, I got to get my scooter built. Oh, but that means I got to get wheels built too. So let's get our wheels done here. And we can sign up for our scooter. And for our scooter, we're going to need a plank and 3 poles to finish this up. And that's going to make us quite a bit more zippy. We're going to be scooting about town, as it were. I do like the phrase, as it were. So now you can see, zoom, vroom, vroom, I'm so fast. Take my scooter out and I go zoom, zoom. Okay, so what are we up to next? What are we doing next? We want to plant some berries. And to do that, we're going to have to do a little bit of digging. And we can't move these flowers just yet, so they're just going to hang out there. In fact, I may make my berry garden a little smaller than what I've initially laid down here. Yeah. So this is going to be not as quite a big a berry garden as initially projected. But first things first, you're in my way. Okay. Oh, we got a little bit of extra turf here, but this is all part of something else that we're doing, which is getting our fruit farming set up. And we need to be able to plant at least 10 berries to get that happy with us. And so we're just getting that set up. And what we can do in the meantime is use this turf. And we can fill in some of this stuff that we don't want to have as turf. Because all of this dirt is a little slower to walk on for my bots. And we're not up to road building level just yet. And And so I'm just kind of filling in these edges here with a little bit of turf that we've got from our berry area. Berry. No, that wasn't a good one. All right, so we've got some turf laid down. We can switch back over to our spade and put some holes in the ground here. And we're gonna go up here into this area, and we're gonna change our barrier down to just this three for here, just to make some room. And once we've used up all of this spade, we're gonna make a sign. So this should be our last spade area here. Yep, I love how I give a little cuss. So we need a sign. Alrighty. And we take this sign, we'll plonk it down here. And then we come over here to our sign area, and this is our berry garden. Alright, berry garden. Oh, we still need to, nope, not you, berry garden. It re-alphabetized it for me. I wasn't expecting that. I'm making it this size, and you'll see why in a little bit. I'm just leaving it open here. And we are going to move our little... we'll keep our little folks there. I need to pick up another spade here. You pick that up, give me another one. Thank you. Alrighty, so now we can finish this up. And once so you've harvested that berry. We're going to go ahead and plant some more berries here before you take them all. Oh, I didn't get any berries from you. Okay. So basically, by planting these berries, we're going to get more berry bushes. And we are going to take our smack berries person. We're going to tell them, just work within the berry garden now, okay? I did not reset where the berry garden is. That's my bad. I moved it around, and then I didn't click the check mark is what happened there. Okay, so folk feeder. We're going to stop you for a second. We're going to reset you to just be looking in the berry garden for them. And then we are going to store berries. We want to store some berries is what we want to do. And the reason I kind of take that away is because I don't want them to do those extra bits there. We're going to make you do this until your hands are full, and until your hands are empty, and until the berry thing is full, and then again. And for our little berry smacker, oh, you're just going to store berries now. And you are only going to do this until the berry thing is full, and then you can stop. Alright, so now you're set up, and we can go ahead and make a berries team. You can all be up here, And who's... It's you. Okay. So we want you to just be looking for folk love in the berry garden for right now. And let's see here. We need a berry feeder. Do you have enough left for a berry feeder? It's 4 more. Do. Okay, so we need a folk feeder. We're gonna have to make another little person or another bot. That's easy. Do. Feed folks. All right, so you are gonna take a berry from there. And you're gonna give it to this little guy. And they're fine stacked up. They're fine. Okay, and repeat forever. And we're actually going to repeat that until WUV is full. There we go. All right. So this is chugging along. And I can go and plant some more berries here. Oh, heck yeah. We got some fancy bots on the way. We're still going to have to build a few things before we get there. I'm going to go ahead and get a few things done here before we get round to it. Whew, getting a little tired. I guess it's been an hour and a half of almost non-stop talking. Do. Like I said, I do enjoy this game. Alright, so we got Pine Forest, we got Berry Garden. Pick this up and plant it over here. And we've got this kind of all on its own little thing. Let's go ahead and get this bit of research going. We'll put a log down there. And then we can do a build here. Start building our fancier robot creator here. So we've got 4 logs. Are you about to plant? Yeah, you are. All right, excellent. So that's cooking along. Hey, Sinstar! Thanks for swinging by, buddy. I am doing a cute little programming game right now. Oops. Where I have landed on this planet and I am creating an army of robots to help me make little people and learn programming. You're still playing Final Fantasy, right? Whichever one. I can't ever remember which numbers of anything is. It's all them Final Fantasies, the most final of them. All right, so I've got my little robot area. So I'm going to put you here. I know that I want to build some fancy robots. All right, which means I want to move this little bit of robot. Diablo today. Oh, right. I remember now. I saw that because I was lurking. But I know you've been playing Final Fantasy lately, and sometimes it seems like Steam just doesn't keep up. The little label that it tells us is like, oh, it's the thing they were playing yesterday, or whatever. Oh, kids do be like that. Oh, I gotta switch up what I'm making here, because now I'm in the fancier robot villa, where I can make these robots that I gotta build from pieces instead, but they can all do some better stuff here, is the cool thing. Let's go ahead and make your butt here too. Oh, I should have picked up the other thing. Yeah, the only ass hats in my house are the cats. Ass cats. And Fargo's the only one who really makes any trouble for me. She'll get up and try to love on the microphone, and who knows what that sounds like. Alright, so I'm about to make my first extra little bot here. And so now this is where we can start getting a little fancy. Because I've got this new bot, and I'm gonna make them do some of the work that my smaller, less advanced bots were doing. So to get started in my little pine forest area, let's see here. We're gonna need to make our store logs guy and our chop tree guy come here.
Good vampire dog.
Blah. Blah. Speaking of robots, the actual robot is swinging by.
Bleep blorp.
Bleep blorp.
Bleep blorp, my auto brethren.
You're good at projecting, baby. Yeah, I got too much into this. I want all Autobots all the time.
I don't like
Autonauts.
I don't like when they kick Big Dog to show how stable it is.
That is very sad. You shouldn't kick the big dog robot. It's mean. Okay.
Just means once they're able to, they're that much more likely to kill us.
Yeah, you don't want to be mean to robots. They will take over the world soon. Okay. So, now we've got this Mach robot, or Mach 1 robot. And we're going to be asking for an axe. And once we have the axe, we're going to pick it up. And then we're going to go chop a tree. And we want that tree to be within the pine forest here. And then once we have chopped that tree, we're going to stow our axe. And then we're going to pick up this log, also from within the pine forest. And then we're going to drop that log off at home. And then we are going to repeat that. And now we have made it so that we are a little iffy on our amount of memory that we've got. But with our fancy new bot building area, we are going to be able to do something a little bit cooler. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make a little extra memory card. And then we are going to install that in our Superbot here. Whoops, I can do that a little more efficiently. So now I've got my little extra memory card. And come over here to our little bot friend. And we can put that up in his brain. There you go. And so now he does have enough memory. And we are going to do this. Oops, we got to record. We're going to keep doing that until our logs are full, and then we're going to do that forever. And this is how we get logs. And so now I can put this little guy up in our parts area. I guess I'll label you make logs, because that's what you're doing. Making logs. All right, so now I've got these two little extra friends who aren't doing squat. And this is where we can start kind of training them to do the hard work for me. And so I'm going to label this guy Blueprints. Well, okay. First things first. Let's go ahead and make a sign. And this sign is going to be where we're building stuff. So I'm going to pick this up. We're just going to put it right here. And we're going to call it building. Or actually, you know what? We're going to call it blueprints. Oops. Let me look at that again. We're going to pep up the area. And then we're just going to make it everything on this side here. Just a big old area of building stuff. Whatever it may be. As long as it's over here. So I'm going to chuck these little things that I'm making over there. Then we're going to go back to our robots. BP. Logs. And we're going to chuck all the rest of what we were doing off that. And we're just going to tell you, you buddy, come over here. Grab a log, drop it off. And you just keep doing that for as long as you can. And do that in the blueprint area. Oh, look. I didn't actually save it with that. Alright, listen. Listen, it's hard sometimes to remember to click the button. I know you know what I mean. Sometimes it's hard to remember to click the button that saves the stuff that you're doing. Alright, so now we got a little guy doing our blueprint log area. So he's trying to find... Alright, we're gonna hit play again because he got a little confused. Oh, he's got something in his hands already. That's why he's not doing what I want. So why don't you come over here, give me this. I know I had you doing some other work, but you're not doing that anymore, so quit. I'm going to drop off all of my tools here. Alright, so BP logs, you're going crazy. And we're going to change this to my blueprints team. I'm going to chuck you up in here. And put you down in here. Alright. And so our next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do blueprints planks. And we are chucking all of that. We're going to pick this up. We're doing this until our hands are full. And then we're going to deliver them. We're going to do that until our hands are empty. And then we're just going to keep doing all that forever. And we're doing that in the blueprints area. And you can go. Put you in our little blueprints area. And now we can go ahead and make ourselves our next little bot. So we want a tree seed and a plank. We're going to make our little bot head here first. And then our bot bod. Bot bod. And that gives us another little body to work from. And then our drive, we look for things which make us go. We look for things to make us go. And so we pick up all those pieces and we chuck them in here. We got another little fancy bot. Fancy bot. Y'all are doing something a little wacky here. What's going on? What are you up to? You look confused. What are you doing? I see what's happening. You are confused because your hands are full. Okay, so we are gonna... You know what? You're gonna be the one we fix here because you're a little funny right now. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna pick this up. We are looking just in the berry garden for right now. And then we are gonna pick up those and we're gonna put them in here. And we are going to do this until our hands are full. Oops. That's not what I meant. Until our hands are full, not until something special is full. And then we're going to do this until our hands are empty. And we are just going to keep doing this until this is full, and then forever after. There we go. You are going to be our store WUV bot. Wait a second. What else am I doing here? There's something else I need to be doing. When it's store WUV, should also be feed. Feed folks. You're the other one I gotta fiddle with here. Alright. So we are taking this, and it is going to be berries from this garden. Do we have a store berries going just yet? Come on, put it in there so I can take it out again. Alright, so we are moving these around. Don't get too fussy here. So, find nearest folks. Find nearest folk WUV. Alright, so we are moving, we're doing that, we're giving it to the thing. We're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we come back around. Alright. So let's go ahead and get you cooking on that, and we'll come back and see if any of this needs redone here. But until then, these guys are going to get repurposed. We're going to get a BP poles here. We're going to pick up some poles. Oh, I dig it. Now, you know me, I'm a champion lurker. I love lurkers. I'm going to keep lurking, you keep lurking, everybody's lurking. It's great. Alright. And we just got these guys getting set up until hands empty. And we're just looking at the blueprints area here. Alright, you're good to go. Do it to it, my little friend. Who's doing plank stuff? Planks, are you okay? You're not okay, because you got a log in your hands. Give me that. You don't need to be doing anything with logs. There you go. Now you can get to work there. Sometimes you forget that they got stuff in their hands. Like, do you have stuff in your hands? You do. Give me all that stuff. You don't need that stuff. You need to be doing something else. There you go. Now you know what you're doing. I'm going to drop these off. Alright, so this WUV bot is doing a lot. This feed folks bot. Let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and make you our researcher instead. Researcher. And you are going to take stuff. Oops. And just keep doing this. So. And you can also take from here. Once again, we're just looking in our berry garden. And we are gonna repeat until hands full. We are gonna repeat until hands full. And we are gonna repeat until hands empty. And then we're just gonna keep doing that forever. Alright, so you are cooking. Let's go ahead up and put all this stuff under berry garden. Why not? And then we can move on to our next. Okay, we got some berries we can store here. plant, I suppose. Ah, there we go. We are not quite ready to actually build a billboard there, so we're not going to fuss with that just yet. What else can we do here? Let's go ahead and get our next fancy bot building. And what I'm going to want to do is get to, let's see, what have we got? Yeah, let's get, it might be a little too much to get through all of this, but we'll see how far we get here. Let's see, we're making the body, the bod. And then we need their head. It's a seed and a plank. We got the little box on the outside, and then their little brain, their little walnut brain or acorn brain. I mean, it's from a pine tree, so it's nothing. Like, these are supposed to be pine trees, but they leave acorns. It's fantasy, pure fantasy. I'm going to rename this berry garden. I'm going to call it garden here. And we are going to, yeah, we're going to be moving, we're going to make another little area here not too long. But we're not going to do it just yet. But we're going to take our smackberries and storeberries, bring those down here. Hey, you. Let's stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin something. I don't know much of those lyrics, to be honest. These berries are not as big as my planted berries, and that bothers me. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. We're just working in our berry garden. Alright. And it's going to be one of these. If your hands are empty, go get a stick. Otherwise, go through and do this. And we're going to keep doing that until our berry thing is full. We're going to keep doing that. We've got one more bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. And then let us drop out a bit. Let's make this until... Okay, so if we keep doing this, if I put a little break in it, it's not going to let me retrieve that, so that should work. Okay. Store berries. And we can put, nope, not that one, this one. We'll put you back up in our garden. We've got store berries, store love, researcher. We're doing pretty good up there. So then we've got our smackberries that we can repurpose here. And we're going to make you BP tree seed. Tree seed. All right. Oh, whoops. I beefed it a little bit. There we go. Blueprints. We're working with blueprints. We don't need... Stop. Hup, hup, hup. Repeat until your hand... Nope, nope, that's not what I meant. Until your hands are full. Thank you. And then we'll repeat until hands empty. And then keep on doing that. So there you go. Our little BP friend is set up there. And that's going to finish up these two wonders. And now we can look ahead a little bit. So we've got our full logs. We have got mostly tree seeds. What's our stick? What's our stick friend doing here? I guess you think that's full? Is that full enough? Oh, I see. Here you go. You're not doing the whole pine forest, my little friend. There you go. Sometimes that happens. Oh, hey, I got just a pole hanging around out here. Put that away. I'll put this little stick. Oh, no, I didn't mean to put you up there. Go on in there. And then we'll move these logs up for us. Just to get them where we want them. Got you where I want you, now I'm gonna eat you. And this log seems to just be sitting around over here out of nowhere. Is that somebody? Oh, somebody's got that in their hands. I see. Okay, so we are now... Our little store berries friend is not doing anything. We've got our researcher. What are you doing? You seem confused. What are you doing? You've got a bunch of berries in your hands. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Give me that. Now try that again. Thank you. I'm going to put this down here. Yeah. All right. So now you're set. Good job. You're going to be actually doing what I want you to. Let's see. What else have we got going on? Make logs, make planks, make poles. Dig stumps, plant trees. Now that's something else that I can combine. And so is the storestone, mindstone stuff. But let's see, what does our to-do list want us to do? It wants us to find some weeds and plant those. All right, let's go. Let's look at our map here. There's a little farmy area up north. Okay, so let's, oops. So we're gonna go up here. Oh, I should have a, I need to get myself a spade here. All right, and we're coming up here. And our little farm area's up here, so we're just heading up here to pick up some weeds. And basically with these little guys, we can plant these and just start regrowing them. It's a little friendly farm. Because it lets us spice things up. Apparently weeds are spicy. Did you know that? Alright, so we got you going down here. And this gives us a chance to test out our auto builder, because we're going to need another little storage unit. I'm going to place a couple of those down. Make some storage areas. And you know what, while we're at it, let's go ahead and make a couple more of these. Oops, that's not what I meant. Get down here. We're going to cancel you. All right. So while we're thinking about things, that's going to be building up. And we are going to go ahead and make a little village sign now. Let's go ahead and get that sign built. We are going to make our village. Where do we want our village? Let's go ahead and make it like right around here. Put that down. We're going to have our little huts, crude huts. That's what we're going to end up putting there. Oh, still gotta move it around here. 1, 2, 3. 5 by 5. 5 by 5. Okay, so we're working on this. That's going to give us our little area that we want here after a minute. We've got 20 woof. All right, that'll be enough to finish up our task here. So that means we can change up what some of these signs are looking at. So this is, we're taking berries. We are going to have to change this. Okay, we're actually going to have to change that quite a bit, so we're not going to fiddle with it just yet. Still have my spade here, so I'm going to dig there. I'm just going to move these little babies over for a second here. I want to get this dug up here. All right, we got a little bit of our stuff back. I'm going to go ahead and plonk that down around here. Get some turf down. Turfing it. But not like the bad kind of turf. You know what I mean? We don't need any of that shit up in here. We are all inclusive. Except for people who are exclusionary. Alright, so now we've got a bunch of this stuff built. I'm just mumbling to myself as you do. So I'm going to put this here. We're going to put one of our empty ones here. And we are going to plonk this down. And on each of these, we're basically doubling our storage capacity. So now all our little guys down here should be getting a little hot and bothered, getting some stuff done. And let's go ahead and put it on our sticks and our stones. And let's go ahead and get another one so we can put it on our tree seeds. And then we'll probably want to do it for our berries and weeds as well. We're not going to stack up our wub just yet. All right, excellent. So this has given us our crude huts, which is another thing that we want to go ahead and build over here. We want 3 of them. And once those are in place, that's going to be where we can shift a couple things around here. I'm going to go ahead and store this weed for right now. All right, all you folks are doing stuff. We're going to need somebody to handle our weed garden. I forget, for the weed garden, basic weed farm, how many do we got to do? We got to plant 10. Oh, but that takes care of itself, actually, because you have to dig them up and plant them again. All right, so where are we at? We've still got... here we go. I need one of these. One of these. Making our robo head. Then our robo body. And then our robo butt. All right. Let's go and get this little guy up and running. And then we're going to have him be our weed farmer. Okay, little man. Let's go ahead and get you set up to do this. We're just going to call this store weeds. And you're going to be up here in our... I guess this will be like our food area. I'm going to rename this food. Food. Good food. Okay, so for weeds, we are gonna, we'll need a, we'll have to get a spade. If our hands are empty, once we have a spade, we'll have to dig in our berry garden. So we're telling it where we're digging. And then we'll switch our hands out. And then we'll do a little planting. And then once we're done planting, we'll do a little storing. Ah, okay. So this is where it gets a little hairy. We may not be able to do this in one go like we were before. So let's go ahead and say... we're going to do this until hands full. Do this until hands empty. And then do this until hands empty. We can get rid of these three because we don't need to do that twice. And we are still way over. Okay, so what can we... what else do we do here? We can pick this up. Because this extra 4 is going to cause us a problem. But I suppose... what we could do is just have you concentrate on getting these planted. So let's get this going here. And we're looking for any loose. And we will do so if we, all right, that's still 4. We still need to, okay, so this is us digging weeds. And then once we dug them, we stow it. And then we pick one up and we find the nearest soil and we plant it. And then we retrieve our held item. Then we'll want to repeat that. Move to target, pick up target. So here's what I'm wondering, is if we can get away with we're going to see if we can get away with this. We're going to have to make him a little extra brain. And that's fine. Sometimes we all need a little extra brain. That might not be the best place for my blueprint sign if I'm going to keep accidentally picking it up. Alright, let's go up here. Where's my little weed friend? Let's give you a little extra brain here. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is checking it out, getting a spade. Now, actually, because we've got somebody else making them for me, we might be okay not worrying about that. Because there's always going to be a spade there once our buddies requested it. But no, we don't want to fiddle with it. So let's, I think we've got that done. So let's go ahead and see if they figure out what they're supposed to do here. I'm going to go ahead and redo this little man. Okay, so that did not work. So we're going to do it this way instead. Yeah, alright, so here's what we got to do. We're going to take our little... We're bringing you back down here. So here's what's going to happen. We are standing here. We are taking your little guy here. I'm going to take this out as well because you may not end up needing it. And we are going to go ahead and make you our little pick one up, put one down. Oh, whoops. Here, let's ignore that for a minute. Pick one up, put one down. Pick one up, put it away. And we just gotta get rid of these extra bits. Okay, so this is going to be in our berry garden. Finding nearest soil, that's also going to be in our berry garden. And finding loose weeds, that's going to also be in our berry garden. And we are going to be repeat this until hands full. Repeat this until hands empty. We don't got to do this multiple times. We're going to repeat this until hands empty. And that one is just going to wait on it. Okay, and then we repeat this until our weed box is full. And then we repeat that. And we've got a little wiggle room here. So this is replanting them. And then this is storing the excess. And we're going to keep doing that. So yeah, you can hit play now. And you can go back up into our food area. And then this little guy is going to be our friend who comes here and says, hey, I need a spade. And then he's going to take a spade. And then we're going to stop for a second, and I'm going to put down a bunch of these spades that I got. Pick up this one, just so that I don't have a bunch of spades sitting around everywhere. And then you're going to dig for weeds in our little berry garden. And it's going to be a case of if your hands are empty, go get a spade. Otherwise, dig some weeds. And then you're going to do that until the weed box is full. And then you're going to do that for, oh. Well, that's why I was setting this up. Where did you end up, my little friend? Is this you? Here, have a little extra brain. And I guess have a this too. Is this you? That looks to be you. Alright, so now if you go. Yeah, that's what I asked you to do. Hot dog. Alright, so now if you're doing a little thing, then our little friend over here should pick up on it and come on over to do some storage stuff for you. Yep, and then you replant it. There you go. And then you store the last one. Yeah, all right. Everybody's working as they should be. So, we're going to call this Digweeds. Digweeds. Digweed, you can go up on here, be part of our food crew. All right, we are making headway. Let's go ahead and get some berry research going. Let's see what let's see, that's going to be doing itself. All right, now we can get our crude huts in place. Crudité. We're all going to be best friends here. Let's go ahead and take our little babies and put them in their little houses. And this is we're gonna finish up this, nah. Their name is Nah. Hey, do you want to live in a house? Nah. All right, and once we have them housed. Hey, what? Come here. I said pick you up. What are you doing? Why can't I pick you up? Is somebody talking to you? Why can't I pick you up? What is happening here? Are you just too hungry? What's going on? Is somebody trying to do something with you? Alright, listen. What is researcher doing? We're going to change this so that he's looking for folk love over here. We are going to keep that part going. Store berries. Are you doing anything with folk love? Nope. Store love. We're going to have to change. Okay, so actually, this is one where we've got to feed them love over here. Okay. Because we want crude hut over there instead. Find nearest folk love over in Crude Hutville. And then move to Crude Hut. Yeah, alright. So that should be set now. I still can't pick up that baby. What's going on with this baby? Bugged baby. This baby is bugged. I'm bugged by that. Alright, can't pick up that baby. Well, we are over time. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Stop Wren's Nest. Save Wren's Nest. That's where we're saving this. And we will come back to this another day. Hopefully that will be, that bugged baby will be gone. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and have a nice day out there. Bye for now. Bye, Sin Star. Mwah.